Hi, sixth grade Cassidy parents. This is Wes Fryer. Today is the 9th of September already, 2020, and I wanted to just share a very brief bit of information and perspectives with you about the unit that we are doing now in class on conspiracy theories. You may have had your student talk about this, and whether they have or not, I want to really encourage you to visit with them. I'm going to include a link with this in this email where you're getting this video, and I'll also put this in the description if you happen to be seeing this video on YouTube, to our lesson plan. And so this is a 5-part lesson plan. Today we actually finished up the second part, and one of the most important things that we are tackling in our computer class this year, as far as what I would call media literacy, is the question of how do you decide what it is to believe. We are in an information age, or actually it's more of an attention economy, where there are so many different places that we're getting bombarded and hit with information. One of the really important skills that our students need to develop is web literacy, being able to filter information and then being able to make decisions about what it is that they're going to pay attention to, what they're going to believe. Today and yesterday, the students come every other day. We have started talking about the lunar landings, the moon landings of Apollo in 1969. And one of the reasons why I wanted to have a unit where we would work on our digital literacy skills, because we're talking about things like, sources and links, and we're learning to use actually hyperlinks as we write on our blogs, how to do good writing, but we're also talking about the sources of information and where things come from, and we can't believe everything that we read and we see online. And so my daughter, or our daughter, who is now in the 11th grade, our third child, asked me probably a year or so ago about the Apollo moon landings, and she had seen a lot of videos on YouTube at that time, I think, and I realized that her generation, because of the day in which we live, they have had more exposure to some fringe theories and some stuff that's just way out there than probably any other generation has before. And so I want to assure you that my purpose in doing this is definitely not political, in the sense that we're not tackling things that are really tied to our election right now that are happening, although you hear conspiracy theories talked about all the time. We are not really diving in deep to some of the dark parts of all this, because as a lot of us probably know, when it comes to conspiracy theory and some of the things, not only that are contemporary, but things that have been around for a long time, conspiracy theories aren't new, but the velocity with which they spread and their pervasiveness in society is definitely different today. We're keeping this appropriate for 6th grade. I'm doing my best to do that. But I want to invite you to let me know if you have questions. One of the things that I regret not having done yet this year, and I am willing to make some time to do this if there's interest, I have wanted to do a parent university session about actually radicalization online and the rabbit holes that kids can go into. I mean, we truly live in a day where if students hear a phrase or a word and they start to search for things, they can find things. It's a seek and find world, and there's a lot of good, positive about that, but there's also a lot of things that are really challenging. So anyway, I am really enjoying teaching your students. It's just great having had them all last year in 5th grade and having them again, seeing how much they've grown and they've developed. We're having some good conversations, so I hope you'll have some conversations about this as well. Again, I'm going to include a link to all of the resources. We saw a moon hoax video the last 2 days, and now in our next lessons we're going to be seeing actually a filmmaker talk about why the technology didn't exist in 1969 to fake the moon landings, and he'll also break down some of the other arguments and things like that people who claim that the moon landings never happened were a hoax. He'll talk about those kinds of issues. So I hope you'll engage with your own children about this, and we're going to continue to navigate these issues together. I think it's a great opportunity that we have in our computer class to focus on media as well as digital literacy, and as always, I'm available to answer any questions you have. If it's of interest to do a Parent University session about some of those issues, let me know, because since I'm teaching full-time this year, my capacity to do some of those other things this first semester is definitely less, but these issues are important. So thanks for your attention, and hope to talk to you soon. Bye.